Hey, everybody, it's Charlie from Swift Contractors Corner. Today is March 15th, 2022. Had to use my fingers because it's been a long day, been kind of a long week. Look, I actually worked a bunch of days this week. I even worked today, last night. It was ridiculous, and I'm not real happy about it. But hey, I did it. I got my buddy here, Jeff Morton. He's hanging out. Look at
Yep.
him fixing his pillow, trying to get himself all propped up. Did you make it to Phoenix?
Yeah, I got parked 5 minutes before we went live,
Nice.
and
See,
then
you
I
can always
did.
count
Then
on me.
I did some really quick getting of reports and doing some math that we'll talk about after the report.
Nice. And look, who else do we have? Oh, there she is. That's my baby right there.
Oh my God.
Hey, baby. We
Hi.
see you. We're not gonna let you be all like out of the show for that's crazy. And yeah, check her out. Anyhow, wait, we're gonna make her go away. That's right. We just in and out. I shouldn't say that. That's funny. There's jokes inappropriate. I'm too tired to fight them. I got to stop this. So yeah. Hey everybody, what's up? Let's see. Let's see who's here. Let's see. We got Paul Phillips. I can't talk. Paul Phillips. Jeez, I'm okay. Alan
Ellen
Becker,
Becker.
Alexia, Craig Hutchinson, Todd Thursby. Hey, there we go. There's our first one. Facebook user with the hand. Hey. Hey, so
There's another
Facebook
one.
user, I'm gonna throw it up here. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna throw it up there. Look, pow. Look, go to chat.restream.io/FB. Allow Restream to see your name and all that wonderful stuff, and we won't call you Facebook user after that. I'm just saying, it just happens. Blackbeard, what's up, man? There's another Facebook user. Hey, everyone, what's up? We see you, Blackbeard. I see you, buddy. Hope everything's going good. He just passed his upgrade today. That is awesome. Wait, watch, wait. You need there. I was gonna say you need to see the Rosie response. I can see her in the background.
Yay.
Woo!
And we
That's
we all
awesome,
remember that day and how what a big relief it was.
right?
Yes.
That was the first one that Rosie got to help with. That was the one I was telling everybody gave her the bug. She's digging this helping people thing. Oh, Don Carr made it. I saw that. I saw you said you were gonna try and make it. I'm glad you worked out the time zone. Glad you're here. Thanks for being here, man. Everybody, gosh, seriously. So I'm trying to get someone on the show as we speak. So if I look a little distracted, uh, oh
Like
man,
now.
yeah, yeah. So she just texted me,
Sad face.
and she doesn't think she can. She's planning a big driver event and wanted some words from me. Okay, I'm gonna have to get back to her on that in a minute. So yeah, so check this out. Oh look, Facebook user sending love and blessings. I'll take them. We'll take them. I don't know. Are they for him, for her, for this guy? I'm just saying. Whatever. Oh, Paul Phillips. Yes, yes. That is what I want to see. Use my card for the first time today. Saved $140. Trucker Dan. Trucker Dan. Not confused with Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant. No, don't confuse him there. My bad. I apologize, Trucker Dan. Alan, isn't that cool? He used his card for the first time. I'm all excited for him. Y'all don't even understand it. So you know what? Before I even get into this fuel surcharge thing, let me just start this off by telling you what an idiot I am. I can assure you, I have caught a ration of poop dropped upon my head in a manner that was just wrathful vengeance by these two people in this room with us here, Rosie and Jeff,
Well, it
because
affects Rosie more.
this guy right here, you know what I did? I forgot to put money on my EAS card on Friday. I didn't realize it until 6 p.m. Eastern time. And you know that moment. Oh God, the words that came out of my mouth because I had no money on. I had $70 on my card to get me till Monday. Yeah, needless to say, I filled up twice.
And how did Jeff help you out?
He rubbed my face in it like I was a
Every
puppy
time I
pooping in the
filled up,
corner.
every time I filled up, what did I do, Charlie?
He sent it to me.
I forwarded you the message with the discount I got.
Oh my
Yep.
God. It was great. Hey, you want to know how to get a card? Facebook user. I sorry, it's showing up as Facebook user. I don't know your name, but yeah, we can touch on that here in just a little bit. But yeah, I wanted to share my failure, my absolute failure, and tell you that because of that mistake, it cost me an extra $200 in fuel on those two Phillips. Yeah, see, I'm gonna catch an ass whooping. I already caught one kind of. I'm just saying, there's more coming. You see that face. That's what's gonna happen. Oh man. Oh, it hurt. Someone's gonna Zella me money. That's what I just heard. What I just read. Look, I don't even know. Dang it! It says Facebook user. I can't tell who it is. I can't hold him to it. That ain't right. That's like cheating on me or something. Oh, Todd Thursby said used our fuel card. First time yesterday, saved $145, saved 114 just now. Thanks, y'all. Whoop! You are welcome. Don't thank us, thank yourself. You made the right choice, if you ask me. And we got more and more of y'all getting on this. But you know what? Hey, what we should do is let me pop into this fuel surcharge report, you guys, and let's get that out of the way, and we will come right back to this. Let me throw Rosie out here because she doesn't like being on the screen too much. We're gonna get her back more. Trust me, she'll be back, you guys. But let me switch buttons here, and I gotta click on that one, and then I gotta click on this one. Oh yeah, and then let's go see this. What happens? Pow! So the national diesel average. Oh, I totally screwed that up. National diesel average. I forgot to change what it went up. Look at that. That was such a letdown. And I just went through and checked all this and screwed it all up. So it did not go up 40 cents. Or wait, did it? It did go up 40 cents. I did fix that. Oh my God. It went up 40.401 cents to $5.25. Look, it's been a long week, you guys. Bear with me here. A
Well,
little bit
part
of
of it
compassion.
too is we'll just mention, those of you that weren't around in 2008 have never seen this before,
Right.
and we've only seen it once in
Yeah.
like over a decade. So it's kind of, you almost don't want to believe it, man.
Yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. Like seriously, and oh my, I mean seriously, I'm just gonna leave you up here while I do this, Jeff. So the West
Why?
Coast Pad 5, because it's fun to stare at you big and close like that. So the West Coast Pad 5 diesel fuel at cost average went up 0.474, bringing it to 5.867. That brings our fuel surcharge up from last week, which was 0.604 to 0.677 this week. Swift beat us to the punch this week and got it out there on your Qualcomms before the show. Good for them. Good for them. I'm happy. Doesn't really hurt my feelings because I talk a lot more about this other than just give you the numbers. That's what we're here to do. We're here to talk real numbers. So that's a change of 0.073. The West Coast fuel surcharge is 0.09 because the difference between the West Coast fuel surcharge and the national average is 0.617 cents. So we're going to cut back over here and we're going to click this button and be like, bam, look at this movie magic stuff. And look, I'm going to get Rosie while she's taking a sip. Yep, brought her right in. There you go. Almost made her spit on the screen. That was classic.
Stop.
That was beautiful. Oh my
You
God.
gotta warn me, God.
No way, man. No way. That's no fun. That's the beauty of having the buttons.
So Charlie and I both predicted that the fuel surcharge would go up to 55 cents, or go down actually to 55 cents. And that was based on the price action we saw on the ES card on Friday, where in the lane I was running, it went down 87 cents overnight. So we were thinking, okay, it's going to go down. But here's the thing.
Yeah, the key point here. Go for it.
The key point is it did not go down on the pump price, which, Charlie, that's baffling my mind. I don't understand it.
I don't either.
But so the wholesale price of fuel obviously went down.
And it's gone down all week several times.
Yeah, we're happy about it. Swift's happy about it because they get their discount for their company trucks as well. But the pump price didn't go down, which means since it actually went up, our fuel surcharge went up while our fuel costs went down. That's amazing. Something we didn't even see that in 08.
And then I spent an extra $200 for no reason because I'm stupid. I'm a big dumb guy.
Did you fix your math on your fuel surcharge versus fuel cost though, Charlie? Because
Yes,
even with that mistake, didn't you make money?
I did. I actually cleared after my cost of fuel, it was right at $82. I lost my numbers, but it's right around $82, $83, I think is what it was. What'd you do, Jeff? I know you did pretty good too.
Yeah, we just did the math on my numbers for the week, and I made $83 more in fuel charge than I spent on fuel this week.
See,
So
I'm digging this stuff, man.
So yeah, we were telling you last week that we were looking at most guys at least breaking even pretty soon, and we're past that now. If Charlie and I in our old trucks, I'm getting 7.94, and even after Charlie's repairs, he's getting right around 8. If we're making more in surcharge than we're spending on fuel, you guys that are getting 8.5, 9 in those newer trucks
should be slaying it.
You should be banking that money and just laughing at all the naysayers.
I officially did $89.85 profit from fuel surcharge over my total fuel paid this week, even with my $200 mistake. So I would actually be up $289. Understand that, you guys. These numbers are insane.
Yeah.
Just that by itself on fuel surcharge. It's crazy. I'm just saying. Dennis, good afternoon, Charlie and Jeff, and the boss, Rosie. So, look, she's about to cut you because she's going to see how you spelled that. Her name is spelled Rosy. Let's get it out there because she gets upset. You guys don't understand. She's like, why can't they spell my name Rosy? It's spelled Rosy, not IE. That's like, look, there's some other things that'll upset her, but I'm going to let you guys figure those out on your own because it's fun. Robbie Me, good to see you. Facebook user. Oh, we got to talk about that one. I only get 6 miles a gallon. We need to talk more. Which Facebook user that gets 6 miles a gallon? Type in your name, please. I got it. We got to talk direct, please. Look, we're going to wait for you to type. That's how we're going to do this. Putting you on the spot. I'm sorry. Look, that's just how we do. We're real. Come on, y'all. Dennis, it's all good. Look, you made her giggle. She's like, "Oh, yeah, it's okay." You saw me. Hi.
Hi. Oh.
Yep, there you go. It's that backward screen thing. I'm telling you, it throws you off. So anyhow, look, if you're only getting 6 miles a gallon, Alan Becker is. Yeah, I was gonna say, like Alan said, must be a flatbed truck driver. Mason, okay, Mason, really? You're only getting 6? You don't have a short top, do you?
Oh, yeah, man. The reason why I said flatbed truck is because they're usually that mid-roof truck, and their aerodynamics are just all terrible if you're trying to pull a van trailer with that.
So anyone that is a Facebook user, if you go here, you type in that address there on another browser window, chat.restream.io/FB. A little screen will pop up and it'll say, hey, let Restream see my name and stuff. Allow permissions. Do that, please. They don't care about anything else on your Facebook account. They just want to be able to post your name because Facebook has weird things that doesn't allow them to do that until you say yes. Just so you know. You don't have to do it now. You can do it next time. It's cool. Wow, Mason. Are you a flat top?
No, it says it's 18 Freightliner with full size.
There's something wrong with your truck. I'm gonna tell you right now. Even with you driving 72, there's something wrong with your truck.
Yeah.
The idle.
The idle could, but not that it's not going to account for that much. I idle a lot, and I still get 7.95.
Yeah, that's brutal, dude. Seriously, there's got to be something wrong with the truck. Charge air cooler.
So if you want to, we can work with you one-on-one. Just PM one of us. But there's a couple things you can look at. The big things are your charge air cooler could be leaking. You might need to have the overhead run. That's the valve.
Could be something as simple. When's the last time you had the fuel filter changed? I know it sounds stupid, but that's a big one.
Fuel filter,
air filter.
On an 18, when was the last time you had your DPF cleaned?
You're right.
The one, by the way, I gotta give Matt a shout out because I didn't even know about this. Is because I'm no mechanic, man. I pay people for that stuff. But there's a filter for the diesel exhaust fluid system. It's an inline filter.
Right.
I'd never had that changed, and I was having the low def quality light go off all the time. Well, I took it to Iron Maintenance. Shout out to those guys too. And said, "Hey, I got this problem, and my buddy here says it might be this filter." And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's always that." So they switched the
Right.
filter out, and I haven't had the problem since. My fuel mileage went up because the ECM, if it detects a problem, it starts doing that derate stuff. And you go from 450 horse down to 395 real quick.
Yeah, it's brutal. It can be like seriously not. Hey, by the way, if any of you guys want to call in and chat, you could call that number right there, 813 live SEC. Rosie would love to take a call. 813-548-3722. I almost screwed it up. 3722. 813-548-3722. You call, she'll answer. She'll let us know who you are and what you want to talk about, and we'll get you up on the show. Just saying.
Yep.
That's all you got to do. It's really simple. We got like our own little radio call-in show. If you guys want to talk, we're here for you, and we'd like to talk. It's more fun when we can get some voice in here. Back to Mason. So the last PM you had that stuff done. So here's what I would check. Actually, I would find out if they actually changed your fuel filter, if they actually changed the air filter, and find out when the last time your DPF or your DEF filter has been serviced. Yeah, I mean, seriously, and the DPF itself. Sorry, I got distracted. The DPF itself could be an issue. I mean, there's so many different things that could be there. The charge air cooler is a huge one. I mean, brand new charge air coolers come out of the factory leaking will cause horrible fuel mileage. Whoever said that, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna let you answer the question. Nope. Does my name show? Nope. So anyhow,
So
yeah.
If it does, if you're adding all the time too, there's a discussion in the Swift Contractors Corner Facebook group going on last couple of days, and I look at this every couple of years to see if it makes sense for me. Is getting an APU put on that truck.
Right, and right now it seems to be getting closer to that for a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, if it really is sucking a mile, let's say it's sucking a mile per gallon out of your tank. These guys are saying that they've got a place, I can't remember where it was, that'll do it for 12 grand plus tax, of course. So whatever the tax is there installed, and 1 mile per gallon, you're going to save that in a year. So you might look at the numbers. It's never made sense for me because I don't idle enough. But if it makes sense for you, I mean,
yeah,
I would look
the
into
numbers.
that as an option.
Do the numbers. We're not going to say no, don't do it without knowing numbers. The numbers are what's important. So make sure you know the numbers. Hey, someone was asking about how do you get your ES Advantage card? Check this out. If you go right here to this website, I'll put a link in the show notes as well in the description on YouTube. ESSuccessintrucking.com/CC. The /CC is important. That's how you're going to get that extra $50 kickback that we gave up and wanted to make sure you guys got back when you signed up for the card and got it. So it's available for you to use. Anyone, by the way, if anyone's having any issues, another good point of contact right here is this ES Advantage at expediterservices.com for any issues that you have with the card. Send them an email, let them know what's going on, and it could take a couple of days sometimes for them to get back to you, but they will get back to you and get those problems resolved, just so you know. And then let's see, I see new chat popping up. Ooh, I got way behind. Terminals won't change the fuel water separator unless mentioned at the time of service. That's what Alan Becker said. Jim Weasel said that's going to be his next big purchase is an APU. Is my name showing now? I think I got it fixed. Nope. You may actually have to leave Facebook and go back in sometimes. It's weird. I don't know. Some people really struggle with it. That's cool. Whatever. Don't worry about it right now. Don't miss the show.
So on that fuel, on that fuel filter, if you're talking about the Davco and not the metal one up on top of the engine. So the metal one on top of the engine, they're supposed to switch out every 100,000 miles. So if you're having Swift do your B services, tell them you want the 100,000 mile service, and when they tell you what's that mean, you say I want that metal fuel filter up top changed as part of the service. On the Davco, do yourself a favor, go get yourself a Davco wrench. They cost about $40, and go get yourself a bunch of filters from like Love's or something.
Yep.
They're not that hard to change. Charlie did a video on it a while back.
Rosie can change it.
And it's a really simple change. So if you start seeing that filter, that Davco with the dome on it, if you start seeing that it's kind of scuzzy looking and the fuel's risen to the top where the line says change now, just grab your filter that you bought last week and put the new one in, and you're good.
I think I have 5 brand new filters in the truck right now up in our box, something like that. And Rosie knows how to change. Look, Rosie, you guys don't understand. I make Rosie change a lot of stuff on the truck because I like to shoot video of her while she's doing it. I'm like, look, if my little brown wife can do this stuff, I don't know why anybody can't. I don't know why anybody else can't. I don't care. I'm not. Look, she's my little brown wife. Shake your head all you want, Jeff. I don't care. I love her to death. She's not really brown. She's more kind of pinkish yellow sometimes, but whatever. So, you know, in the summer,
I look brown right now. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I look browner than you right now. I'm just saying. Anyhow, whatever. We'll move past that.
That's because you make her drive nights, man. You slave driver.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, Alan, you know what? I'm actually going to do poor video things here real quick, and I'm actually going to step away from this. And Jeff, I need you to handle this for just a second.
Oh, crap.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So, Rosie, are you able to put comments up there, or is that just
no? I got nothing.
So
he took that power away from me.
So I'm interested in Alan Becker's the one that's getting the APU put on. He says it's Park Industries in Indiana, and what I'm interested in, Alan, is what brand of APU is that for 12 grand? The last time I looked at it several years ago, I was going to go with the Thermal King. That really quiet one, because noise bothers me when I'm trying to sleep. That's why I don't idle. So it's really not worth it. And it was going to run about 13 installed with everything. Like I didn't have an inverter or anything at the time. So that was the full meal deal on that for about 13 grand. Okay, so apparently they have their own brand, the HP 2000. So we're really looking forward, Alan Base, by the way, to see how that all works out for you. Because if the numbers are right, you know, fuel's going up. And I look at this different things like APUs and things about every 2 years in my operation. And, you know, I'm in a situation now too where I own my truck outright. And I know that there's, especially with the new trucks with all this emission stuff, not idling your truck does wonders for your maintenance costs, because that DPF gets clogged up every time you idle, and you got more regens, all sorts of stuff. Charlie's chomping at the bit. He wants to show us something. Is that drugs?
I got this package in the mail.
That looks like money.
I got this package in the mail. I'm just saying. And what this package contains.
Stickers?
Our very own little Contractor's Corner truck stickers.
Nice.
They measure 3 inches by 6 inches. You could get one for each side of your truck. Just saying. And I believe that QR code, I'm pretty sure that is the fuel card QR code. I may be wrong. I'm gonna do this right here on the show and figure out what the hell I'm talking. I can't remember which one I put on there. If it was a fuel card or the website. Let's find out. Oh, there we go. There we go. It is the website. It'll take you to the Swift Contractors Corner website. So I'm just saying, we got some of these. Jeff and I will get some out to Jeff. We will carry them around with us. We'll hand them out. We got a couple of them, just a couple of them. So I think there's 250 there. And those, by the way, were Alan Becker contributed those to us, you guys. And I thought that was pretty awesome. He said, hey, man, I'd like to help you guys out and do a little something. And so he went out and had those made for us. He asked me for some artwork, and bam, we got some stickers. I'm just saying, we're moving on up. Oh, and you know what? Oh man, I don't have them in here.
So also, I'll just point out while Charlie's distracted again.
Visor card.
That visor card, by the way. So I've been talking to Swift owner operators every chance I get and giving them one of those things. And you know, a lot of guys, when you do that, they're like, yeah, okay, whatever, man. But dude, I had this guy, he's an owner operator out of Texas the other day. It's out at the mill in Pruitt. You guys have been out there know that that's an all-day deal. So we were just talking. And this dude owns his truck. He's got a Kenworth that he owns outright. And we were talking about the fuel, and he's like, dude, you saved how much?
Right.
I'm showing him the app, you know, and he filled up at the Loves in Albuquerque. I'm like, oh, well, you would have paid this if you had the card. And he's like, how do I get the card? I said, hold on, let me go to my truck.
Right. Exactly.
No, check this out, man, because you know, here's a guy that's obviously already successful, and you show him something like that, and he's like, holy smokes, man, that's the right one. That's amazing. So you know, get the word out, man.
The new visor cards. These are the final revision that I'm making. These will be the way that they are. Let me make this a little bigger for you guys.
That's me.
Wrong button, absolute failure. Here we go. So there we go. It shows you each state's IFTA and mileage tax, road taxes and such. And when you flip the card over, it will actually tell you how to use that information right there. We've got QR codes to take you to the Swift Contractor Corner private group, to the Facebook public page, the YouTube channel, the fuel card QR code, and the website QR code. The website and the fuel card are on both sides of the cards. If you guys want one, let me know. We're going to be getting them out to some terminals. If you swing through Ocala, there are some there. There are a stack of these out in Troutdale as well right now. And I'm working on getting them out to a couple other places. And look, Rosie's back. Thank you, my love. Thank you for bringing me that. I am just so messed up today, you guys. You don't even know. I apologize. It has been. We worked 5 whole days, you guys. Like
it was a long week
days.
For us.
Oh my gosh. We had 4,068 miles or some ridiculous number. And for us, that is way too much. Right up to working till we didn't get home till 3:15 before the show. And it was like, oh my God, I got to do everything now. But yeah, seriously, guys. So yeah, we will figure out a way to get this stuff out in the population. The Vegas thing, someone asked about the Vegas thing. A couple of us are going out there. I don't know who's actually going to be out there yet. Honest to God, I know myself, Alan, Jeff will be out there briefly at the very least. Alan's got a couple more guys. Matt Wright is supposed to be there. We'll see if that still pans out. He was talking some crazy stuff yesterday. I don't know what the hell his problem is, that guy. He was the one that even brought up the Vegas trip to me, and now he's like, I might not go. I'm like, the hell, you better be going. And,
well, he broke his motorcycle, Charlie. We know that's part of it.
See, I was going to be cool and not even bring that up, but he broke his motorcycle.
Dude,
and it was
I
expensive.
will totally bring that up.
It was great. So yeah, it's going on. We are, as of right now, we are planning on being there April 15th, 16th, and 17th in various places. We're not doing anything official, but hey, man, if you guys want to pop out, if you happen to be out there, hey, a couple days in Vegas, a day in Vegas, whatever, let us know you're going to be there, and we'll figure out a way to get together. And I will make sure I bring a bunch of visor cards and stickers out there just in case anyone stops out. We'll be able to put them right there in your hot little hand. You can stick them on your truck. Make sure you got a clean spot. I don't have one of those on my truck yet. I don't have a clean spot. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't. But yeah, so if you guys have any other questions, throw them up. By all means, we we can ramble on about this other stuff all day long, seriously. But definitely, if you guys have any questions, please throw them up. Don't hesitate to ask. Yeah, seriously, this fuel thing this week, you guys. So I'm gonna let slide a little piece of information. So Jeff, myself, and Angel Diaz have been doing some experimentation over the last 2 weeks. And what I believe we are on the verge of, if you have an ES Advantage card or a Gnastic card, we think that as of right now, we can forecast the next 2 days worth of fuel prices. We want another week or two to hammer out the data that we're gathering and where it's coming from and all that. But we should be able to say, okay, price is going to go up today, but it's going to go down tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow to get fuel. And you won't see those changes at the pump like we were talking about earlier. You'll only see them on the ES card or Gnastic. and that this really could be powerful. It seems like a small, insignificant thing, but 2 days of fuel forecasting can be giant for us, because had we known this stuff last week, there was a 96 cent drop in our market on the ES fuel card.
And the thing is that we were given a heads up by Swift, which was kind of nice.
Right.
So like literally the truck stop that I stopped at Thursday night, because I normally prefer to fuel, do my post trip, go to bed. That's my normal routine in the past. But I even asked Brett directly. I said, "Is this for real? Is this what you're sending out to company drivers? Is it real?" It's like, dude, it's real. So I held off until Friday, and got 87 cents off at that price. The price at 6 o'clock in the morning was 87 cents less than it was at 6 o'clock at night.
Right.
So what we started doing was we started trying to figure out, okay, so Swift's got these analyst type dudes. What are they looking at? And so we think we figured it out.
We're not going to divulge yet.
But like Charlie said, we want a couple more weeks of data to make sure that we're correct before we get everybody too excited about it.
And Paul, but here's the thing. Rosie and I fill up every day as well. But if you can hold off, say, 8 p.m. that night, and instead of fueling up at 8 p.m., save an extra 50, even an extra 20 cents by just waiting till after midnight when the prices hit for our cards.
Yep.
That kind of savings over the course of a year can be pretty big. So that's why we think it's pretty important. And I think that's why it's going to be kind of a cool thing if we truly are onto what we think we are onto. I think that there's a lot of power in that, and a lot of ability for us as owners to kind of control a little more of what we're doing day in, day out. And it will absolutely 100% affect your bottom line.
Yeah, and I would say on that, I'm assuming that you're running team like Charlie does.
Yeah.
And so just an idea I had is, if we really can say in 2 days the price is going to drop by 5 cents, right? So change your daily routine to fueling in the morning instead of in the evening.
Right.
Or if we're saying, based on these indicators, it's going to jump by 7 cents, fuel that night instead of in the morning. You're looking at one shift difference in buying fuel. And like when fuel prices were just skyrocketing last week, I was fueling every night, whether I needed to or not.
Right.
If it was 50 gallons, it was 50 gallons. I mean, it's been crazy enough to where I've been trying to get the lowest price for the last week, and I haven't gotten any points on one of my cards because it's been under their threshold, because they raised their threshold last year. So you guys know who that one is.
Right.
But, so there's that, come up with a strategy based on the data.
Yeah. And so it seems to be right around midnight Central Time from what I'm seeing. It seems to be when it all flips over for us. I'm assuming that has to do with ES and WEX and those people being on that time zone. I'm not positive, but I think that's what it is. Since it's an EFS card ultimately. But here's the thing: if you change your fueling habits a little bit to get yourself to a point where instead of mid morning you're empty, get yourself down to half around the middle of the night when you guys are running, and so you can say, okay, no, we can go a little longer, or we can get it now, or we can get it at midnight because it's going to pop at midnight. So something along those lines. I'd really have to sit down and really think it out a little bit better, but I think that's pretty close to what a good way to play it. So yeah. Yeah, and Alan's like, I don't let the truck get below a half tank anymore. And I fill when we need to fill, and now with the ES card, I fill where I find the cheapest on my route. And since I run pretty much the same, well, this week, hell, it was great. I ran the same route 3 days straight. It was absolutely perfect for me. So, this is a great question, and I'm gonna throw this out here. D Hubbard Racing, is the ES card better than using the Mudflap app? I'm gonna say 100% yes. Mudflap is real limited from what I understand as far as the lanes that they're in. They are expanding. They've been working on that for quite some time, but the prices we've seen with ES couldn't be touched by them. Not that I've seen anyhow. So I don't know what to say, and I'm not cracking on them. By all means, you should be checking those rates if you have access to that and you have a card set up with them, because I know they require a direct debit set up through like a ATM card or a bank account, something like that, directly set up and to use their stuff. Hey, look, if they've got a great price, by all means, you should use that. I mean, if the terminal's cheaper, you should use that. If you've got a Gnastic card and it's cheaper that day, use that. If you got an ES card and that's cheaper that day, use that. And if the Fuel Book app is showing you something cheaper, by all means, we're not saying use one thing or the other. We're saying that, you need to be using everything at your disposal, whatever you have available to you, and that's going to make you more profitable and that sort of thing. By all means, use it. We're not saying one is better than the other. ES is better than Fuel Book most of the time, better than Comdata most of the time. So, I will say that I'm wrong.
Well, like Angel and I have been talking the last couple of days, and I think I've about convinced him to be our guinea pig on that, because he's already got Gnastic. And he said he was going to get the ES card, and hoping to get him to run a little test and run them side by side and see how often he ends up using which one for the better price that day.
And Gnastic does their discounts and increases a little bit differently than EAS from what we've seen, or ESA, excuse me, ES Advantage. Let's put it that way. And they seem to, like, for us, the market we're watching closed on Friday. I said our price would go down Saturday night, Sunday morning. For ES Advantage, that is exactly what happened. It went down when we said it would go down. For Gnastic, they waited until Monday, put part of it out, and then a little bit more, or something like that. And so they do it slightly different, and that's cool. I mean, it's just another way of doing it. You ultimately end up with those prices anyhow, so it's cool. So far, I think most of the time what we're seeing is about 3 cents better on the ES Advantage card from what I've seen. We've compared direct fuel stops, and there's been a slight advantage to the Advantage side. There you go. Look what I did there.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff Reese. I'm working it, man. I'm just saying. I love that guy. So, okay. Jeff Reese is the director of sales over at ES Advantage. He's the one that helped us get this all set up. Really super guy. Him and his staff over there at ES Advantage are amazing people, seriously. And Alan's throwing out words of wisdom here. Since it's your first week as an owner-operator, take full advantage of that 6 weeks free. Take the surcharge and the truck payment you would be paying and put it on the ES Advantage card each week. For real. Hashtag no Comdata. What? Oh, we got our hashtag. There it is. We have come into the world. I'm just saying. That's great. I dig it. And so yeah. And Don Carr followed up with how do you get the Gnastic card? I have an ES card on the way. I need to know what other card you guys are talking about. Gnastic, NASTC, North American Small Trucking Association. They charge a $300 a year annual membership just to be a part of their group. Their fuel card is part of that system. It's funded much the same way. They do offer some financing options if you have great credit and all that sort of thing, whereas the ES Advantage card is all prepaid, which is what I prefer personally and what I think most people should do, because the credit thing in a bind, it's too easy to use that and get yourself into a hole. And I'm not talking bad about your financial handling or whatever. I'm just saying it's too easy to put yourself in a bad spot.
Yeah, so, and Gnastic's been around for longer than ES.
Absolutely.
Put that out there. So Charlie and I, before we got wise a little bit, I guess you could say, we just always looked at the comp data thing as a convenience fee. And recently we had a few guys show us numbers and what they were doing. And we're like, well, crap, we've been idiots for over a decade. Okay, let's look at this.
True story. Over a decade, Jeff and I both dumb as
you know, I looked at Gnastic years ago. I said $300 fee. I got to have a credit card or a bank account.
I got to hassle that report every month.
They want to run a credit check on me. No, I'll pay the comp data thing. And I've spent that. I actually did the calculation the other day, Charlie. The amount I would have saved on fuel in the last 14 years of operation is half of what I just paid for my house.
Right.
I could have put half down on my house in Utah.
Oh, education's expensive. I always say it, you guys, seriously. And that one right there is a brutal smack in the junk. You know what I'm saying?
Were you supposed to use that $200 or $300 to do something on the property you actually own or something, Charlie?
You know what? We're getting there, man. We're getting there. I know. Brutal. Look, straight up honesty. I have no excuses. You know why? Because you're right, sir. You are 100% right. We're getting there, though. We are getting there. And, you know, with all these changes that we're making and the small ones, the big ones and things like that, you guys, I think we're all going to see a much better year than we've seen in the past, even with these ridiculous fuel prices. When everyone else is screaming out there, oh, my God, the fuel's so high, I can't afford to keep my truck. And there's been some people in our groups that say, I don't even know how to do this. I'm going to have to turn in my keys. No.
Yeah.
The only reason you're turning in your keys is because you want to. It has nothing to do with the cost of fuel. And if for some reason the fuel is killing you, then we need to fix some things in your operation or in your truck and or both. I'll say it. I have no problem with that at all. This is not the fuel doing this. This is you doing this. If there's a problem, let's put the blame where it should be. You know, whether it's you just didn't know or you know and you're just not looking at it. You know, let's be real. And if you can't be real with yourself about this business stuff, you might as well just hang it up now, because there's a long, hard road ahead of you for some of you newer guys. Jeff and I wish we had something like the group that we are all a part of today when we were starting, because we both would have saved so much more damn money. Because I made some whopper.
I'd still be driving around in my 2007 T2000.
Right? Keep me part of my 2007 gang, yo.
Yeah, they
going nuts out there. Sorry.
One of the things I did want to touch on that I didn't let Charlie know that I was going to touch on is I've been part of a couple of discussions in the other Swift groups about becoming an owner operator that have. If you don't understand human nature, it kind of looks like they went sideways a little bit on me. But you know, you have these guys that come into these Swift groups and say, "Oh, what about being an owner operator?" Of course, you got the guys that didn't do well. They ended up turning their trucks in. That would like to chime in. Then you have the people that have never been an owner operator. They want to chime in. And there's a couple of us that chime in that are successful. And that's why I encourage you guys, keep doing that. Charlie and I have talked about this before. I don't necessarily comment on those posts for the guy. Like there was a dude yesterday that was just like, "Oh, well, ATBS told me that I would only make $1,200 a month," and I'm like, "Well, ATBS is wrong."
Right.
You know, ATBS told me in 2007 I couldn't support my family of 8 on what I would make as an owner operator, and I basically gave him the finger and went and leased a truck. And you know, I didn't lose my house. I you know, years later I bought a much nicer house in a different state. All that stuff. I did not listen to those people. But so back to my real point is, I wasn't debating this guy for his benefit, because he's one of those guys. He's not going to become an owner operator. He's just decided that yeah, we don't make money.
Right.
But how many people were reading through that thread going, well, there's these 3 other guys, because there was 3 of us in there that were saying we were successful. There's these other guys that are saying they're making really good money. Those
not just
are the
saying
guys.
Successful. Those 3 people can all prove that they are being successful, by the way.
Exactly. Those are those people in the peanut gallery, so to speak. Those are the people that you're really trying to reach when you enter these conversations. So keep at it. I encourage you to keep at it. Don't get discouraged when people call you an idiot. I mean, who cares what people call us if we're making money, right? So,
My other name is Mr. Swift because I'm not even an owner operator, and I'm a shill for Swift Transportation.
dude, you make so much money just sitting there in your trailer,
Right,
and
right,
saying everything Brett tells you to say.
right. I'm a puppet. That's the other one, the puppet line. I can't forget that one. That one's always great. That one makes me feel tickled. Oh, look, I covered her face. I'm sorry, Rosie. My bad. But yeah, so if you guys want to call in, by all means, call in. Rosie will take your call. Look at her. Look at her. She's waiting. She'd love to hear from any one of you. I just want to watch her have to answer the phone. It's great. She's like, she's got to change headsets to do it and everything else. Look, she's two-fisted drinking, you guys. Come on. You know?
Oh my goodness.
Right?
That is Monster, right, Rosie?
It's something. It's some weird
No.
stuff she drinks.
Ah,
Look, she's backwards.
these are so good.
La Claw.
Yeah.
With they're lemon and they have a little vanilla. They're really good.
Look, she loves that stuff. I don't even know what to do. I don't know. Oh my gosh. So
Man,
Blackbeard says,
yeah, Blackbeard. Yeah, absolutely, man.
it becomes real profitable when the truck is paid for. Abso-freaking-lutely.
I mean, Charlie's, in case you guys didn't know, I didn't like Charlie when I first met him.
Didn't. Like, he had to go do research behind me. He's like, who the hell is this guy? What does he think? Why does he think he knows so much? And then it turns out we had the same driver leader. He went to her and she's like,
And she's like, yeah, you should listen to him. I'm like, okay. And here we are. He's pretty much he actually started after I did, but he's pretty much seen my whole journey. And dude, when I paid this truck off and my income skyrocketed, I mean, it allowed me to, I always tell people I escaped from Oregon. I'm a refugee.
Right. Right. For real. We did too.
It allowed me to go move to a place that I wanted to live. I mean, literally. I just sold my house in Oregon and I bought one in Utah.
We spent 14 years up there in Oregon before we're now in back down in Florida now for 7 years, I think now.
Yeah. But that paid for truck, man, it gives you so much freedom from the income level. And those of you guys that are newer, what some people will tell you is, well, what about the maintenance costs? Well, let me tell you. So this truck I own right now cost me a total of $162,000 to buy. That's including the balloon payment at the end and everything to get it clear and free. I know that right about 1 million miles, according to what me and Charlie are looking at, I'm going to have to do a rebuild on the engine, which will cost me with a 2016 truck about $32,000.
But the rebuild he's getting done is phenomenal. It is all the upgrades you can get, all the things that are going to save him more money in the long term because of fuel mileage, programming, all those things.
Yeah, so I'll get better fuel mileage out of this truck after the rebuild than I did when it was brand new, because of what I'm going to have done. But which is more, $165,000 or $32,000? That's what you look at.
And the trucks right now, I think Matt's is 187 at the end of his term.
Right.
For a brand new Volvo.
Yep. I mean, he was, we were talking today, he was in contact with a dude, not at Swift, but a different carrier that had a brand new Peterbilt that was $300,000. Yeah.
He's going to pay $300,000 for that truck by the time he's done with his lease. It is ridiculous. And you know what I would do with $300,000? I'd build my house that Jeff keeps giving me a hard time about. And I'd buy 2 more trucks like I have right now and have them as backups. I bought my truck in, I want to say it was around 2010, 2011. It was used 492,000 miles on a 07 Freightliner. No DPF. It just has EGR. It was early 07. 13 speed, wide singles. Everybody gave me static for those two. Oh, they're going to blow and you're never going to make it anywhere and you're going to be stuck and all. Look. That's a whole nother topic, but fine.
And by the way, I heard Charlie grind a gear yesterday while we were on the phone.
It was fantastic. I came out of gear in 8th. The brake, we got on the brakes a little hot, you know what I mean? And I was like, crap, what gear? I lost where I am. And I just picked one. And it was the wrong one. And it went, and like, you hear that, Jeff? He was like, oh, God. Yeah, it was awesome.
I said, but you found it in the end.
That's right. So
and Alan, yeah, the 32 is is the better rebuild. I'm actually looking at the Pittsburgh Power rebuild, where they do all the like space age crap when they replace the sleeves and stuff, and give it the good tune to give me the best fuel mileage possible at the speeds I run. So yeah, it's not cheap. It's not like Charlie's old truck that cost him less than 20.
$42,000. I rebuilt the motor for 17 or 18,000, and I put a new tranny in it for 10 over the years. The tranny is like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. The rebuild was done just before 1,000,000 miles. I'm now at 1.6. I'm still not losing any oil from, well, at least not from any of the things that are wearing out. I have a turbo return line leak that I've had forever that they can't figure out. Even Detroit's like, meh, I don't know. It costs me about a gallon of oil every 20,000 miles, so it's really not horrible. And it's been like that since the rebuild. I've always had that, so I'm like,
Yeah,
it's fine.
it drives Charlie nuts because he'll ask you, because I run that bypass system, so I only
Right.
change my oil like every 150,000 miles. Like, when's the last time you put a gallon in? I'm like 50,000 miles ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was
And Jimmy
because the
Weasel,
lab told me to replace a gallon.
right? Jimmy Weasel, his truck's going to end up costing him $63,000. I'm assuming you're on an MRP. Good on you, sir. I like that program. My whole problem with the start of it was that mandatory maintenance repair program, the extra maintenance fund you had to pay in. But then I wrapped my head around it the right way, and rather than looking at it as a maintenance repair, I'm looking at it. Oh my God, I gotta kill you for a minute, my love. But rather than look at it as a payment for what could happen, I look at it as insurance. We all have insurance on our cars. We hope we never have to use it. We Jeff and I were looking at Aero Truck Sales and a couple other companies like that where they offer those extended warranties, right? And if you need it, should you ever pop a motor, those warranties are great because they will cover your butt. They will replace the motor and you're free and clear. I mean, yeah, you have the downtime and that, but it's paid for. That's not your out of pocket. You don't have the downtime and the out of pocket. So I looked at it as an insurance program rather than a maintenance program, and that's how I got my head wrapped around it. So I dig it, man. I think it's a good program. I think
Yeah,
that's going to be a great way
and
to get to ownership.
and so far, I'm aware of one guy with an MRP truck where they did end up replacing the entire motor, and it didn't cost him anything other than his whatever they pay in that maintenance fund that they have to do.
Right.
So that saved him, 30 grand right there, or however much it is.
Yeah, see, Alan's got that high 58K balloon because he's got a brand new truck. Robin Mead's got a 58K balloon at the end. As long as you keep up with the proper maintenance schedule, you guys just understand that you need to go out of your way to make sure that the service that needs to be done to keep that valid is being done, because the Swift shops will not do this stuff that they're supposed to be doing without you telling them to do it, which is weird to me, but whatever, it is what it is. And so, but as long as you can do that, they'll roll that into an MRP and basically extend your 58K out, over another 2 or 3 year period, so that you can actually keep that truck and it still get you into ownership. Because a lot of people, let's face it, don't have 68 grand laying around, and it's hard to get a loan on a truck like that when the market goes down. Right now, you probably could pretty easy.
Yeah, what we really liked about the concept of the MRP is that, so there was kind of a swift shift there.
I like that.
They started really wanting guys to own their trucks, which was not the case before. I mean, I was one of the last guys that was offered the loan for the balloon payment. They even stopped doing that on the new trucks there for a while. I don't know if they're doing it again or not, but they had this shift a couple of years ago of, hey, if these guys own their trucks, they make more money and they stay, and we make more money.
Right.
So instead of making money on selling trucks, they're making money on the freight business again.
It's the long game.
It should be.
Right.
Like
it's the long game. And it was there was a weird time for a while. It was a very different focus with IEL and the division and all that. And it was really a matter of sell truck, resell truck, resell truck, resell truck. And when they started really looking at the numbers and the turnover rate, they're like, man, it's costing us thousands to do this. If they owned those trucks, they'd stay. I mean, look at
Mhm.
me. Look, my truck's been paid for a long time. And, everybody's like, well, why the hell do you stay? You can go anywhere you want. Because I like what I'm doing. I like who I do it with. And nobody gives me a hard time. I've spent a lot of time building relationships and knowing the system and how to work within it. And I simply right now don't want to go anywhere else. Oh, but the money's terrible. Yeah, but my insurance on an annual basis is what, $3,500.
Yep.
Try and touch that
And
anywhere else.
we've already discussed that before. When I was looking at doing it, going on my own last fall, the cheapest quote I got was 17.5 for the year.
Right.
So, and some of that, guys, is because first year with a DOT number.
Right. First 2 years
That
approval.
first couple of years out with your own authority, they really get you on the insurance.
And so, I mean, you look at things like the insurance that we pay, the like the tire discounts and shop discounts at certain places, things like that. Those things all add up to quite a bit. And but you only make $1.15. I grossed my gross revenue per mile this week was $1.96, I believe it was. Gross revenue per mile was $1.96 on the standard OTR rate.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm running a surge account. I'm running pretty decent lanes with multiple stops and everything else. And that fuel surcharge was insane, and it's just getting better and better and better. So I mean, there's a lot of benefits to being here, and when there are no longer those benefits, if something ever changes, I don't see it happening in to the worse. I really see things as coming around to the better. It's a lot. Some of it's taking a lot longer than any of us would like it. The load board's a prime example.
Mm-hmm.
But they really are big on having their own proprietary stuff, like the Zonar. Don't get me started there either. But they want, yeah, I know, they want to have control over their own software, their own equipment. All the equipment is now owned by Swift, not leased out and then released. That was the problem before. They leased all their equipment because it made better sense to them at the time. Now it no longer makes sense to them. The night credo, pretty much for as long as I can remember, is debt free, own it all,
Yeah.
and then you don't have to. You're never beholden to anyone else but yourself. And Jeff and I are preaching the same thing here, guys. Get to a point where you own that truck. You're no longer beholden. You get to make those decisions. You get to say, I'm going to take this month off. It's just what I'm going to do. And they're like, see you next month, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And people give us a hard time. Well, your truck is paid off. Remember, I had a small fleet. I had and I had 2 trucks that were leased with my 3 truck fleet. I've leased 3 trucks over the years total. My first is what got me into the truck that I'm in now. It saved me enough money to actually be able to put a down payment on this truck on the outside and buy it and bring it in. So, I mean, there are things to do here, you guys, and there's so many different. God, there's so many different ways to make money here. Matt and Allen and a couple other guys are up there in that Northeast regional zone making their money. I mean, don't think you're going to jump in there right now because they've got a long wait list to get in there. But there's other opportunities coming in and things like that. So don't let it get you down. If you're doing something you don't dig, speak up, say something, talk to your driver leader, your fleet leader, your terminal leader, Brett, the division, us. We're here for you guys. We have a lot of resources at our disposal because of the relationships we built over the years. And this isn't a big sales pitch. It's just trying to be real. We do this because we like what we do. We're not making money off of this thing. We will eventually. We're building a program, guys, that is going to help a lot of people, like all of us, when we were starting out, and it's going to help them do better from the start. And we will make money from that. But you know what? So will a lot of you, because we have a plan to incorporate a lot of the people that are already in the group. And we've figured out a way that we're going to be able to increase people's income by about $15,000 a year, doing what Jeff and I do now. We talk to
Mm-hmm.
people, we help people, we spend most of our day on the phone chit-chatting with people. Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Well, this isn't working. How do I fix this? And that's what we do. So we're going to teach you guys how to do that stuff. We built a program, and the lion's share of that program is going to go to the guys that we call coaches, and that's what our people are going to be as coaches. We're gonna help these new guys and take them under our wings, your wings, and we're going to help them build a successful business from the start so that they don't struggle the way that a lot of us have in the past, and the way we're trying to help you guys not struggle now. So yeah, sorry, I got a little deep there. I apologize, but it really is kind of a big thing to us. And you know, I catch a lot of static on the back end. Some of you see it, some of you don't. Jeff will catch it as well. That, you know, oh, you guys are making money off this stuff somehow. We're not. Everything that we do right now comes out of our pocket. Everything we do comes out of our pocket. It does not. There's nothing going into it, unfortunately, and it kind of sucks sometimes. And we're like, oh, I don't know, man. I got to work an extra day to be able to do this. And okay, I'll work an extra day. Let's do it. You know, but it's getting us to another place, and it's helping you guys out. So, you know, let us know what you think, and we will, when we get closer to doing those real things, we will let you know. Sorry, Jeff, I didn't mean to ramble so long there, buddy.
Well, I was just checking what our fuel prices are around Edwardsville since that came up from
nice.
Robbie. I would probably buy fuel at that terminal today. We're not even getting that price in that area.
$3.96, really?
Yeah, that might change overnight though.
Right?
I'd
scoop that up right now.
Remember,
something
because
happens.
remember, when we get those messages, that's for after midnight tonight is when that price starts at the terminals. So we'll see. That's you know, that's the other thing too, is that we get lost in this fuel card thing.
Right.
Don't just think that ES is going to have your best price. You know, Charlie and I both check Fuel Book. We check ES. I do check the terminal prices if I'm going to be around a terminal, just to see what they are. And you just never know, man. That,
like you,
you know,
buy
go
the
with
bottom.
the cheapest price.
Buy the bottom. And so there was an interesting, excuse me, there was kind of an interesting report ES Advantage put out for those of you who get the back end advertisements from them. They actually put out a weekly newsletter. So check your promotion boxes if you got Gmail or something like that. And, you know, they talk about what the biggest single discount was. You know, like they had one that was like $290 this week on a single fill up, which is phenomenal. I mean, guy had to have monster tanks and really hit the right spot. The single largest discount off the pump price was like $1.40 something on one stop. But here's the thing. One of the things they said 2 weeks ago actually was, don't shop for the biggest discount, shop for the lowest price. And that's what we've been telling you guys all along. Find the lowest price, remove the IFTA price, compare each state in your route, find out where the cheapest fuel is without IFTA.
Yeah. How do we see the fuel price on the terminal? Actually, if you go to your Zonar, to your Point app right now, it just got released, the fuel prices for tomorrow at the terminals. We get messages every day on that.
And let me do this. See if I'm still logged in. I am. All right. So check this out. I'm going to share a screen here. See if I do this right without screwing anything up. And I don't want to hear the crap about all my tabs, right? I got a lot of things I track all at the same time. So you guys just leave me the hell alone about that. You too, Jeff. Anyhow, look, I'm going to make it disappear so you can't even see that part. Shut up, Jeff. Look, there's no tabs, Jeff. They're gone. All right.
All right.
So check it out. When you're on the Swift Owner Operator portal, there's the home. Let's close that up. Let's close this up so you see what it looks like when you get there. If you click on fuel, terminal fuel prices, they're all right there. Just go through the list. Let's go to all. Let's see, Edwardsville 396.9 looks pretty much like the cheapest one on there from what I can see. Oh, 397.8 in Memphis. That's a pretty good price. Nina
393 in Laredo.
388 Oklahoma City, y'all. That's look, that's some good stuff right there. Seriously. So by all means, you should be checking that with
yeah, you also gotta check the IFTA rate too, because you gotta subtract
right.
IFTA from that to get the real price.
Remove IFTA. Seriously, remove IFTA. But yeah, it's right there on the Swift Owner Operator portal. I actually had somebody ask me this week, where is that? Well, it's at swiftowner.com.
Yes.
Swiftowner.com. You log in with your driver code. I don't know what the default password is. I think it's capital SWIFT Swift and your last four, and then you can change it to whatever password you want it to be.
Don't
once you get
forget.
logged in.
Don't forget the question mark.
Oh,
There's a question mark at the end.
There you go. So
there's actually a lot of people.
WIFT.
I've been talking to a couple of people this week, and they couldn't get in. I'm like, well, did you remember the question mark? Because people think that that's not part of the password, but it is.
Right. So Swift with a capitalized S, your last four, and a question mark.
Yes.
And that will log you in for the new guys that didn't know how to get in there. I hope that helps you, and I hope that gets
and
you squared
then,
away.
you know, if you're lazy like me, you just let your browser remember that.
Exactly.
And call it good. Because there's not really much on there that someone could steal. I mean,
right. Like for real. Like you guys saw, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. I mean, there's no real personal data on there. So
let's check in on Rosie. That was your warning. You like that?
That wasn't even a second, man.
I know it, man. It was fun. But I said something this time, you know, before I put her on the screen. Alan said something about not being a mentor anymore. I stopped being a mentor with my last one. A lot of them are very argumentative. Plus, on the Northeast regional account, we only get $250 upon upgrade, so there's no real financial benefit to him. Look, I've got a whole argument over the financial thing. That's fine, whatever. I don't want to see students as being the next gold rush like it was back in the day. I don't like that. Anyhow, so I'm going to move on out of that. There you go. Paul said he just got the price on the Zonar. And Jimmy's following up with more mentor stuff. I'm going to pass on that for now, guys, because I don't want to get off on a whole different rant again. It's really easy for me to do. I'm a little opinionated. I don't know if you guys have noticed that about me or not. But if you got any other questions, throw them up. If not, we're just over an hour, and we'll probably wrap this thing here pretty quick. But, let me throw up a link for the ES Advantage card for those of you who don't know how to get there and really want to get there. It's in the groups. If you're not in the Swift Contractors Corner private Facebook group and you are a verifiable Swift contractor, throw in a join request, put in your driver code. Without your driver code, we're just going to delete it. Anybody watching this who's been inviting people to the group, I would strongly recommend you do not invite people to the group, because what happens is you invite them, I see their name, there's no driver code, and I decline them right then and there.
Yep.
We get too many for me to go through and contact everyone and say, hey, can you put in and answer the question? So give them a link to the group. Just say, hey, look up Swift Contractors Corner on Facebook and join that group. It's awesome. And we help people, and you'll learn cool stuff, and, hopefully it works out. But for the ES Advantage card, it's right here, essuccessintrucking.com/CC. If you use that link and you fill out the little info request form, just check the little, there's a couple little radio buttons you can check. One of them says, I want to know about fuel discounts. Just click on that one. You don't have to worry about the rest unless you really want to. And they will give you a call back in the next couple of days. Look for a call coming to you from Mississippi. It may not have their name on it. It'll come out of Mississippi. And they will talk to you and kind of interview you a little bit and get you signed up for the card if that's what you decide to do. And you'll save lots of money, and it will be awesome. And like I said,
so each CW8 something or other there has a question that needs to be answered. Does ES pay the IFTA, or is that part of the discount? When he was on the show, he avoided the question about it. That's because it's not really a question, CW. You pay the IFTA at the pump.
Right.
And Swift, as part of their services to us, keeps track of that.
And they file the returns on it.
And they file the returns on it for us. So at the end of the month, my last fill up of the month last month, because that was my first month using the card, I downloaded the report of all my purchases for the month on the ES card. And I sent that to...
wait, look at that, Jeff. I know where you sent it.
Fuel tax at swifttrans.com.
How awesome is that? Come on.
And when you download it, it downloads as a PDF. So you just attach it to an email, send it to those guys so that they know where you purchased your fuel, so that they know how much IFTA you paid that month. and they'll do the return for you. End of story.
Exactly. It's done. I mean, seriously, it's super easy. There is one thing that we're still trying to work out. Well, one, we're going to put up a quick little video here. Look, guys, I'm really sorry I haven't gotten up. Yeah, we're going to put up a video about how to pull that report, what you need in it, which buttons to click on, and all that. It's really kind of a simple thing, but we figure it's easier to walk through it in the video so you can see it that way. And the other thing is, I haven't actually figured out how to pull up the $250 transaction fee as far as how do we report an account for that to our accountants, whether it's ATBS or you have your own or whatever. We're working on that, and we will get that info out as soon as we can get it. That's my promise to you. We will get things up as quick as we can get them up.
I'm tired, man. That didn't sound right.
I'm sorry. Hey, look, Alan said 4 weeks till we go to Vegas, guys. We're going to meet in Phoenix. First, a bunch of us are going to meet in Phoenix and then head to Disneyland for adults. That's Las Vegas, Nevada, y'all. Las Vegas, Nevada.
So just so you guys know, if you really want to get to Vegas, get to Phoenix. You'll be in Vegas the next day.
Yep. They'll run you up on a Costco load and pay you to get there.
They got like 200 Costco loads a day going up there. They're heavy, but I've never had one not scale out at that DC. So it's not like Morris or Salt Lake where I've had issues with that. So
right. And even if you don't gamble, just like you said, watching people there is amazing. Seriously, that's what Rosie and I actually do most of the time we're in Vegas. We'll sit there. So the Golden Nugget is a great little hotel. It's up on Fremont Street. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's one of the old classic hotels, and it's up on the far end of Vegas. Anyhow, they have a Starbucks down there that's got a little gate around it where you sit out kind of like next to the public, but they're behind the gate. So it's kind of cool. And we sat there like all day long watching street performers and crazy people. Like legit, I had some guy just start screaming at me, and I mean just screaming, railing against me. I don't even know what the hell it was. Something about military this or something, and I was the man, and it was terrible, and it was great. And then let's see, I'm sorry, Todd Thursby, do you guys send the monthly report to well, I'm just gonna fill it in and say we send it into Swift. At this address right here, fueltax@swifttrans.com. We add our truck number, our driver code, the report, and then we ask them we say, hey, can you please confirm receipt of this email? And they will in a couple of days. And we also send that to our tax people. So yes, look, I knew where you're going with that. And I don't do daily receipts. You could. Well, no, you couldn't, because it's not actually going to show you what you paid. It's the daily receipt is not going to show you. You'll only see the real price in the app. The receipt that prints from the truck stop is the retail receipt. They don't even know what the hell you're paying. So yeah, it's great. No, it's all good, Todd. They never confirmed my monthly report. That's weird, Blackbeard. It took them gosh, I want to say it was like 4 days, but I did finally get an email. You may have to look for it. I don't know. You can also check on the portal to see if some of the stuff is showing up. Reach out to them and give them a call. Call into the fuel tax people. I don't know the number direct line. You could call the 800-800-2200. Is that right, Jeff?
Yeah, 800-800-2200, and then 0 for the operator, and say, I want the fuel tax guy.
Yep. And you will be transferred to fuel tax, and just ask them, hey, I sent in my report for the month. I just want to make sure you guys got it, and we're good. And they'll be like, yep, we got you, or nope, please send it again. There you go. Simple as that. If you guys got any other questions, throw them up. We are an hour and 14 minutes exactly. We're going to wrap this thing here up in the next couple minutes. And like always, I like to take the end of the show and thank you guys for being here. If you throw up a question before I finish my ramble, then great, we'll get to it. If not, like I said, it means a great deal to us. Even Rosie over here with a little smiley face and her winkies, and Jeff with that stone cold face right there, natural born killer, that guy.
I'm looking for something here.
But it does mean a great deal to us that you guys come in here every week, hang out with us, and spend your time and helping us out, engaging, asking questions, sharing your experiences, things of that nature. We dig it. Facebook user. Let me get to that real quick. So I need to get the report on all different cards I use to fuel. Yes, each card will have their own fueling reporting type thing.
Now,
Com data you don't have to worry about.
Right on the com data, they automatically get that because it shows up on your settlement. And I'll also point out too that it's not just Swift you send these reports to; it's also your accounting service, whoever you're using for that.
Whether it's ATBS or Grandpa Jimmy.
Yep, they need that information every month.
Exactly. They need to know what you paid in transactions. They need to know how much fuel you bought. Pretty simple information, really. But again, one more time, last call, you guys. Jeff, you got anything finally you want to throw at anyone?
No.
The love of my life, my love for 35 years. 35 years, y'all. April 7th will be 35 years since this crazy ass woman decided she was going to make me her man. Whoop, whoop. She's like, get over here, and hit me in the head with a baseball bat and said, you're mine. I'm like, yes, ma'am. Anyhow, 35 years. You got anything you want to say, baby? If you want to throw any words of advice, wisdom?
No, just thanking everybody that takes the time to listen to you two nuts, and I am trying.
I see 3 nuts now.
And I'm slowly learning, catching up,
We're trying to get her used to the camera, you guys. She gets a little shy and she tends to clam up a little bit. And look, everybody knows I can talk enough for 19 people. So, I'll just ramble on if they don't interrupt me. I can't help myself. It's just something that I do. Always done pretty much my whole life. But anyhow, seriously, thank you guys for being here. We will be here every week. I think we're up around 30 weeks, pretty close to 30 weeks now. And every Tuesday at 6 p.m. is when we're here. Thanks, Craig. Appreciate it. Craig said, congratulations. And you guys come back and see us next week. Hit us up in the groups, private messages. Look, do us a favor. Go through these videos. Any video you like that we've done, please take a couple minutes out of your day. Give us a thumbs up. It helps us with the YouTube search algorithm. Those of you watching on Facebook, pop over to YouTube. If you could, look for Swift Contractors Corner on YouTube. You can go to www.swiftcontractorscorner.com. That will take you to a website that we built. It's a pretty simple, basic website right now. It's got information on how to get the ES Advantage card and how to get to the YouTube channel. There's links to both of those things there. And yeah, seriously, subscribe. It's the obligatory thing to say. I got to get you to subscribe. Please give us those thumbs up. They actually help us reach more people. And we are seeing a growth in people that have never seen our stuff before, finally starting to see it. And it's helping us grow the group and gain more knowledge for all of us, you guys.
Yep.
So thank you so much. Last chance, Jeff, go.
Bye.
That's my guy. Dang it, Jeff. I blew it.
I got it right this time.
You did. That's Jeff. That's Rosie. I'm Charlie, the Swift Contractors Corner, you guys. And we will see you next Tuesday at 6 p.m. right here on Swift Contractors Corner.